Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Pamina Swainaina. I'm the CEO here at Corporate Staffing Services, a leading HR and recruitment consultancy firm here in Nairobi, Kenya. So welcome back and happy to have you. And today I want us to discuss a very important topic for those ones who are seeking career advancement. So whenever professionals are thinking about career advancement, one of the things they think about is pursuing an MBA. So I want us to look at, based on what is happening currently, is it worth pursuing an MBA? Is this something that you should consider? So I'll look, number one, at the true cost of pursuing an MBA. Number two, I'll also take you through the reality of the job market. Is the MBA all it's supposed to do? Is it the golden ticket to getting a job, earning a higher salary? Or are you just getting for yourself a very expensive piece of paper? So we're going to look at that. And please stay until the end, because I'll share with you, for someone like me, my own expertise, where I've done HR and recruitment for the last 15 years. So I've interacted with many professionals, I've interacted with many employers. I'll give you my take, so stick to the end, and I'll be able to share with you what are the employers saying, and for the professionals who pursued MBAs, what are they getting, what value are they getting out of it. So stick to the end, and I'll be able to share with you this very important information. So if you're thinking about pursuing an MBA, the first thing that you need to consider is the cost and the sacrifice. So number one is the financial aspect, the monetary aspect. So today in Kenya, pursuing an MBA will cost you in the range of 1.5 million shillings to 4 million shillings, depending on what kind of MBA you picked. But beyond you paying the 1 million or 4 million shillings, you also need to consider the time investment. So think about the late nights, think about you missing time with family and friends. And because you are so focused on education, and it's not easy, think as also sometimes the loss of promotion, the loss of opportunities. You can't look for another job, and especially if you're immersed in a very demanding program, so you don't want to stay in the same job. Sometimes you forgo promotion because you also don't want to join to get more responsibilities, and then that affects your education, it affects your work schedule. So there's a probability that you might also lose promotion. So that is the cost that you pay. There's a financial cost, there's a social aspect, there's a time aspect, and also the possibility of loss of opportunities. So think about the cost and the sacrifice. Are you willing to do it? Can you be able to afford? So that's number one. The second thing that you need to consider is the job market. And I'll share with you the perception and the reality. So the first perception is the salary myth. Professionals always think that additional papers lead to more money, more salary. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So you normally find, for most employers, it's about the skill set. Yes, some of them, and I'm going to share with you, may consider an MBA as the minimum qualification that you need to have. But even so, I can assure you, if there are two candidates being considered, one has an MBA, but when it comes to the technical skills and the soft skills, they are scoring at 60%. But then you find someone else, they don't have an MBA, but they have what it takes. They prepare themselves for the job. They have the skills, they have the expertise, they have the experience, and their soft skills are at 90%. And can guarantee you that the employer will pick the individual who doesn't have an MBA over the one who has an MBA. Yeah. So if you are seated at home and let's say maybe you have the finances and you're thinking of an MBA, please don't do it because of the salary. No, salary should not be the only consideration. It's not a guarantee that you'll be able to earn a higher salary. That was the first myth that I wanted us to look at. The second one is that for some organizations, especially NGO, the academia world, and some international firms, they look at MBAs as the bare minimum. So when they are shortlisting candidates, and nowadays we use the ATS, the applicant tracking system, everything has been automated, they'll flag out those ones who don't have an MBA, those who don't have a graduate degree. So if you are aiming to work for international organizations and you didn't start there, So your CV shows maybe you worked for a smaller organization, a medium-sized organization, then you not having an MBA might be a hindrance for you getting those jobs. You know, top NGOs, top international firms, obvious academia, they're not going to hire you for some position if you don't have the MBA. So I would say that is the new normal for this institution, and it's good that that you know. The last point, as far as the job market is concerned, is what I mentioned in the beginning, the skills, experience versus the papers. Now, as things become more automated in the era of AI, you are finding there's more emphasis on skills versus qualifications. So AI has already disrupted a lot of many jobs and a lot of skills. So at the end of the day, it's what you set you apart is not just a mere piece of paper saying that you spent 2 years pursuing an MBA. No, it's what you can be able to deliver. And more so when it comes to the medium-sized organizations. Yeah, for them, they're interested with what you can be able to deliver, what you can be able to do, and not coming from a very big institution and you can't back it up with experience and the skills. And that is why I would want us to reflect back. When the MBAs started in this country, not everyone was a candidate for MBA. You didn't find fresh graduates being admitted in the program. It's only in the recent past that you've seen institutions, because they want to make money, invite everyone for these MBAs. In the olden days, you had number one to be in management, you know. You had to be somewhere where you make an impact in the business, because an MBA is supposed to help you to run a business. It's not It's not supposed it's not for fresh graduates, people who don't have experience. Yeah. So in terms of skills versus experience, you are better off learning a new skill as opposed to going just for an extra qualification. So what is the way forward? If you watch this video and you still feel that MBA is something that you need to consider, I want to help you. So these are some of the things that you need to consider. Number one, you need to answer your why. Are you doing it out of passion or because you need an additional qualification? If you want to do it out of passion, let's say you want to pursue, I'm in HR, I want to pursue organizational development. It's something that speaks to me, and I feel if I learn it, I'll be a better HR professional. Then pursue it. But don't do it just for another paper, because I can tell you, even if you don't have that master's, you'll still be able to be an effective HR practitioner. So answer. It's very important for you to be able to answer your why. What is the driving factor? It could be maybe you, in the evenings, you have ample time and you're wondering how to be spending your evening. Is that the reason why you want to pursue an MBA? Plus an opportunity maybe to network with peers as you learn something. So go ahead. Yeah, it's something I would encourage you to do. So that's number one. The second thing that you need to consider is, are you pursuing a generic MBA without specialization, or this is something that can actually help you at your work? There are instances where you find what someone pursued for the undergraduate and what they are doing and what now they've opted to do for the MBA. There's no connection. They don't sync. And so you don't understand, why did this person do it? It doesn't add value in your CV. So, for example, if you're in procurement, I'd expect you to pursue something, an MBA or MSc, within something related to procurement, logistics, something in that area. If you're in HR, you can do even psychology, because it's related. You know, you're looking for productivity. But I wouldn't expect you to veer off so much. Yeah. Another generic MBA, which people do, and organizations don't really understand value, is the strategic management. There's a time it was at the top there. But nowadays, you do an MBA in strategic management. The world is moving so fast. That degree, that advanced degree that you did, it may not really be relevant in the next 5 years. And especially if you just did it for the paper's sake. You didn't learn the critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, because that is the essence of an MBA. The MBA is not to give you ready answers. It helps you to think. So be careful. Don't just do a generic MBA. Look at your area of specialization and follow that path. Yeah. Lastly, it may look like a small thing, but are you going full-time or part-time? The biggest mistake you can make is you resigning in your job to go pursue an MBA and think then that if you come back with a higher qualification, you'll be more competitive. in as much as possible, please, I would highly recommend you to do part-time. Yes, I know, and I do have friends who they take a break from work and they go to UK, they go to Canada to pursue the MBA. That's all good, because that's a different reason. You could be taking a break from work and you want to go explore other countries, take a break. I'm all for it. But if you're here in Kenya and you want to resign, you don't have another source of income, and so that you can be able to pursue an MBA and finish it quicker, trust me, by the time you come, there's nothing as difficult as looking for a job when you don't have one. So look, if the current job that you have does not allow you to go back to school, does not allow you to pursue an MBA, maybe it's a high time you got another job that has the flexibility that allows you to go back to school. Yeah, but otherwise it will be career suicide for you to resign so that you can go back to school. You may not recover. Yeah. So thank you so much. I hope you've been able to see that pursuing an MBA, it's not a guaranteed ticket to riches. It's not what it was 25 years ago. Yeah. So MBA, even if you're applying for those institutions that list MBA as the bare minimum, that's at the NGOs, the academia, and even the international firms, you still have competition because many people have pursued this degree. Yeah. So what I want to leave you with is, if you're thinking about MBA, think this is a personal decision that you have to take. So think, is it the right course for me? Is it the right time? And am I doing it for the right reasons? And the reason should not be 95% that you want to earn more money. No, you'll have failed if you do that. Thank you so much for being with me. If you still have questions regarding your career, if you feel that you need help, we do offer, and myself, career coaching service, where we're able to sit with you and be able to advise you. As I always say, if you have a car and it has a problem, what do you do with the car? You take it to the mechanic, or you call a mechanic. If you're not feeling well, what do? You consult a doctor. So if you're having a career matter, talking to family and friends may not really be helpful because they're not experts, they're not specialists. But myself, I've done HR recruitment for the last 15 years, so I've learned a lot in that journey. So I would want to work with you, help you where I can as much as possible. So if you're interested with this, we do offer career coaching service. So look for more information in the link below, and I'm looking forward to engaging you. So that you don't miss any content, please ensure that you subscribe, and I'll keep you updated with more weekly videos. Thank you so much. Look forward to engaging with you.